Discover the exciting story of Ishmael, the son of Abraham and Hagar, in a video full of revelations and surprises. Ishmael was the firstborn of Abraham with his Egyptian servant, Hagar. In this video, we will explore the life of this biblical character and understand his role in history. Welcome to Daily Biblical History. Today, we will explore an inspiring message to strengthen your faith and bring peace to your heart. Leave a like to support our channel and subscribe if you are not already subscribed, so you don't miss any of the motivational content we post here. Takes us to the crucial moment when Ishmael came into the world, representing the hope of the divine promise made to Abraham. He was born when Abraham was already 86 years old, and his mother, Hagar, was an Egyptian servant of Sarah, Abraham's wife. The relationship between Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar was complex, marked by Sarah's sterility and the search for descendants for the patriarch. God had promised Abraham that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky and that he would be the father of many nations. Thus, Hagar was chosen to bear an heir for the family. Thus, Ishmael came into the world as the firstborn, carrying with him not only the hope of the divine promise, but also the expectations and challenges of belonging to a family marked by conflicts and moral dilemmas. We explored the family conflicts that arose between Ishmael and Isaac, the sons of Abraham. The arrival of Isaac, the biological son of Abraham and Sarah, triggered a series of tensions in the relationship between the half-siblings. Sarah, eager to protect Isaac's right to the inheritance and divine blessing, began to see Ishmael as a threat. The clashes between the mothers of the two young men reflected the dispute for primacy in the patriarchal family. Ishmael, in turn, faced the dilemma of being overlooked in favor of his younger brother. The rivalry between the two boys culminated in moments of conflict and separation, highlighting the complexities of family relationships and the consequences of the decisions made by Abraham. In this part, we delve into the contradictory feelings that permeated the coexistence of Ishmael and Isaac, revealing the nuances of the biblical narrative about family succession and the search for the fulfillment of divine promises. We delve into the challenges faced by Ishmael throughout his journey in the desert. After being separated from his mother, Hagar, the young man found himself facing the arid and unforgiving immensity of the Beersheba desert. Loneliness and uncertainty became his constant companions as he sought to survive in a hostile and inhospitable environment. The divine promises made to Abraham echoed in his mind, reminding him that he too was part of God's plan. Even when water was scarce and the heat was punishing, Ishmael trusted in divine providence to sustain him. It was in this challenging context that he developed his inner strength and his skill as a hunter, learning to master the adversities of life in the desert. The story of Ishmael in the desert not only reveals his resilience and determination, but also points to the constant presence of God amid the trials faced by those who trust in his promise. We explore the separation between Ishmael and his mother Hagar after the moment of despair in the desert. Hagar, fearing for her son's life due to the scarcity of water, was forced to leave so as not to witness the possible death of the young man. Loneliness and fear became constant companions of Ishmael, who found himself faced with the challenge of surviving alone in a hostile environment. However, in the midst of anguish and uncertainty, divine intervention was present once again. An angel of the Lord appeared to Hagar in the desert, instructing her to return to Abraham's house and promising her that Ishmael would become a great nation. This separation marked a turning point in Ishmael's life, who began to forge his own path toward the fulfillment of divine promises. The narrative of Hagar and Ishmael's departure reveals not only divine provision in times of dire need, but also points to God's sovereignty over human destinies. We delve into Ishmael's adult life and the blessings that accompanied him throughout his journey. After living in the desert of Beersheba and then in Paran, Ishmael flourished as a leader and skilled hunter. earning respect and prestige among the people of the region. His descendants grew and multiplied, fulfilling God's promise of a great nation. Ishmael not only prospered materially, but he also left a legacy of courage, determination, and faith for his future generations. His influence extended beyond the borders of the desert, connecting with other important lineages of the time. Ishmael's story reveals God's faithfulness in fulfilling his promises and the importance of each individual's role in the plot of God's redemption. We explore the emotional reunion between Ishmael and Isaac after years of separation. The meeting between the half-brothers was marked by a mix of feelings, including joy, resentment, and reconciliation. After so many years apart, the two men found themselves face to face, each carrying with them the marks of the past and the scars of family disagreements. However, in the presence of God and mutual understanding, Ishmael and Isaac found room for empathy and forgiveness. The reunion between the sons of Abraham symbolized not only the overcoming of past differences, but also the union of two lineages destined to leave a lasting legacy in the history of humanity. The narrative of the meeting between Ishmael and Isaac invites us to reflect on the transformative power of forgiveness and reconciliation in family relationships and in the construction of a common future based on mutual respect and brotherhood. We delve deeper into the legacy left by Ishmael to his descendants, which became a fundamental part of the biblical narrative. The descendants of Ishmael were blessed with greatness and prosperity that reflected the divine promises made to Abraham. Their lineage extended through generations, forming tribes and communities that played significant roles in the history of God's people. The influence of Ishmael's descendants was not limited to the material aspect, but also manifested itself in spiritual and cultural aspects. Their traditions, values, and beliefs contributed to enriching the diversity and spiritual richness of the ancient world, establishing deep connections with other lineages and peoples. The story of Ishmael and his descendants invites us to reflect on the importance of each individual in the plot of divine redemption and on the lasting impact we leave on future generations. We delve into the references to Ishmael in the New Testament, especially in Paul's letter to the Galatians. The Apostle Paul uses the figure of Ishmael as an allegory to illustrate the opposition between legalists and followers of faith in Christ. He compares the descendants of Ishmael, born according to the flesh, to those who seek justification through the works of the law, while the descendants of Isaac, born according to the Spirit, represent those who achieve freedom in Christ through faith. This metaphor reveals the struggle between religious conceptions based on legalistic obedience and those based on grace and divine redemption. The presence of Ishmael in the Pauline narrative highlights the importance of spiritual understanding of the Scriptures and the transformative role of the Christian message in the lives of believers. Furthermore, other biblical references mention individuals named Ishmael in different historical contexts, showing how this name has resonated throughout the centuries in various narratives and religious traditions. We explore the parallels between the lives of Ishmael and Isaac as examples of divine grace at work in the lives of men. While Ishmael represents the offspring generated through human efforts and earthly circumstances, Isaac symbolizes the promise fulfilled by God in a supernatural way. Ishmael's life is marked by challenges, family conflicts, and overcoming, reflecting the nuances of the human experience in search of personal fulfillment and divine purpose. On the other hand, Isaac is the fruit of divine intervention in a seemingly impossible context, demonstrating God's power and faithfulness in fulfilling his promises beyond any human expectation. The duality between Ishmael and Isaac reveals not only the differences between human effort and divine intervention, but also the complementarity of these two dimensions in the journey of faith. While Ishmael teaches us about the importance of self-effort and resilience in the face of adversity, Isaac reminds us of the transformative role of divine grace that operates beyond human limits. Thus, as we contemplate the lives of these two sons of Abraham, we are invited to reflect on the interplay between our personal quest for fulfillment and God's sovereign plan that unfolds in our lives with purpose and meaning. We explore Ishmael's lasting influence on the formation of the Arab peoples and his connection to the descendants of Abraham. Ishmael's lineage spanned generations, giving rise to tribes and communities that played significant roles in the history of the Middle East. His legacy as a leader and patriarch influenced not only the culture and society of the time, but also established deep ties with other important lineages in the region. Ishmael's descendants were renowned for their skill as warriors, traders, and tribal leaders, contributing to the richness and cultural diversity of the region. His presence marked an era of cultural exchange and mutual influence among different peoples, enriching the social and historical fabric of the Middle East. Ishmael's story invites us to reflect on the lasting impact we leave on future generations and the importance of recognizing the connections that unite people and cultures throughout history. If you are interested in fascinating biblical stories like this one, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any exclusive content. Conclusion: Ishmael's life is a testament to divine care in the midst of adversity. May we learn from his journey and see God's plans being fulfilled in every detail. Are you enjoying the message? Share this video with someone who needs to hear this motivational word today. And leave your comment. We want to know how this message impacted your life.